So how much money do you need to start Shopify dropshipping and e-commerce? What's up, guys? My name is Dan. Welcome back to another Shopify video. And I've been getting asked this question a lot about how much money do you really need to start a profitable e-commerce business, specifically Shopify dropshipping. So in this video, I'm going to answer, and there's actually two different strategies to do it. There's actually a low budget strategy and a high budget strategy. And both strategies have their pros and cons, and I've actually personally done both. So that's why I'm going to show you guys exactly what the best way to start a Shopify store is with the amount of money that you have. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get straight to it. So as I said, there are two main strategies to start a profitable e-commerce business. There's the low starting budget and then a high starting budget strategy. And I've done both successfully, and it really depends on how much money you have at the start. And obviously, if you're like most people, you don't have a lot of money to start. So that's why I'm giving you guys a great low starting budget strategy as well. And it's just going to take a little bit longer, and it's a slightly different strategy compared to the high starting budget strategy, which relies more on Facebook ads. But both will get you toward a profitable six-figure Shopify business, which you can then later build out into a brand and then hit seven figures down the road. So let's talk about the very first budget method, and that's the low starting budget method. And so for this, we need a minimum amount of $250 plus a credit card. And the reason why I say you need a credit card is so that, first of all, you have a little bit of credit to play with, for your Facebook ads and things like that. And also so that you can plug it into your Shopify, store, so you can actually pay the month-to-month Shopify fee. Now, Shopify is free for the first 14 days. There's a link to a free trial down below. So for the first 14 days, it's completely free. But then after that, the basic plan of Shopify costs $29 a month. And then you don't need to upgrade to the higher plans like the enterprise plan and all that kind of stuff until way later. So there's Shopify Plus, Shopify Enterprise, I believe, and there's like a Shopify Premium. So you just need the 14-day free trial for Shopify Basic. And then after the 14 days, it's going to become $29 a month. You're also going to need $29 for your domain name. Now, what a domain name is, when you create your website, let's say it's www.babypro.com. Let's say your niche is going to be for babies. You're going to be selling baby products. You're going to be drop shipping baby products. Well, then you're going to have to pay about $20 to $30 for your domain name. And you can do that on a website like GoDaddy.com. That's my preferred domain name provider. You can also use Namecheap. I've used them in the past, Namecheap.com. That's just where you buy the name. That's what the domain is. That's just where you buy the website. And so a lot of the times, the most common ones are taken. You know, if you go and try to buy www.baby.com, that's obviously taken. And so, and obviously if it's, for example, babypro.com, that might be like a very specific website that a lot of people would want to buy. So sometimes it's a lot more expensive than $20, but you don't have to go and, you can just come up with a unique name that will be available for a .com or a .ca or a .eu or wherever you're selling for your Shopify store, .sc for Sweden, for example, .no for Norway. So this method is amazing if you're brand new, if you don't have a lot of money to start, and you're looking to start making sales today. And so the thing is, though, is that it's not the best strategy for Facebook ads, but it still can work if you're running $3 to $5 to $10 a day ad set budget interests. Plus, you do lookalike targeting with that, and you're also retargeting that as well. So I'm going to talk about that specifically, the exact Facebook ad strategy if you only have $250 to start. Now, a lot of people ask me, Dan, for Amazon, for private labeling, you need like $1,000 minimum to start. And for Shopify, how come it's so much lower? Well, for Shopify, we're drop shipping. So what that means is that basically we don't have to buy all of that upfront inventory. We don't have to buy, 250 units or 500 units or 1,000 units. All we have to do is we have to go buy our website domain name, like I just said, for $20, sign up for the Shopify free trial plan, which is down below. And then, there's also free apps and free trials that you can try out. There's a video that I have with a list of free apps. It's going to be at the end of this video. Just make sure you watch this whole video as I will reveal the whole strategy and both strategies, which you're going to both use. First you're going to use the low budget, and then you're going to use the high budget if you're starting out with $250, or you can just jump straight to the high budget. But like I said, with drop shipping, what you're doing is you're setting up your website, and then you're driving traffic from influencers and Facebook ads. And then once you have people on your website and you're starting to get customers, you're starting to get purchases, then and only then you're actually paying your suppliers. So let's say that somebody goes on your website and they buy something for $49.99. Well, let's say the unit price is $10 with your supplier. So you take the $50, you send $10 to your supplier, and then they will go and ship the product directly to your customer. And that's why it's amazing. It's passive income. You never have to do anything, because all you have to do is you have to run the ads, get the traffic, like I said, which I'll explain in this video. And then you have to make sure that you're sending your orders to your supplier. And then that's it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to deal with any inventory. And that's the best part about Shopify dropshipping and e-commerce in 2019. It's an incredibly powerful way to actually start making money and start a profitable online business. So that's that's the low budget starting method. Now, specifically for the low budget starting method, what I want to talk about is influencer marketing, and why that's better for a low budget, for like a budget of $200 to $300 to start, is because it's nowhere near as expensive to hire influencers to do paid feed and story posts. Like 24 hours, you pay an influencer, for example, like on a girl page or on a on like a cooking page or on a food page, depending on what your product is, on a coffee page if you're selling coffee products, on a baby page, right? There's a ton of Instagram pages out there and even Facebook. And so what you can do, you can pay them, and you can pay them for a 24-hour feed post, and then it can be between $50 to $250 depending on the amount of followers that they have. And I've personally done this, and it works. It can work great. You can get like up to a 5 times ROAS, 5 times return on ad spend, or sometimes you make nothing. So that's the thing with influencer marketing, but it's definitely much cheaper and easier to start, easier than Facebook ads, especially if you only have about $200 to $300 to start. So like I said, you pay for a 24-hour feed post, and you can also pay for story shoutouts. And what you want to do is you want to negotiate the price. So the price that they give you is not always the price that you're going to pay them. So you can negotiate that as well. There's negotiating power. And influencers in 2019 are still incredibly undervalued. And I've been saying this every single year, ever since I started, and they're still undervalued, which is surprising. I thought that they would catch up, but they honestly have no idea what their true worth is, what their true value is, and the value that they bring to us dropshippers and e-commerce brands, because you pay them $250 to a page, an influencer with like 200,000 followers or 300,000 followers, and they'll post your product on their feed for 24 hours. And they, let's say to make back that $250, let's say at a product of $50 and your profit is, let's say, $30, well, you only need to sell like 5 to 10 to 15 units off of that one post. And that's not that much at all, right? You definitely will break even at least, and then get up to a 5 times return on your ad spend, return on your investment with the influencers. So that's why in 2019, you must do influencer marketing. No matter if you have a low budget, a high budget, and especially if you have a low budget, it's incredibly powerful because you don't need much money. And if you can find the right influencers, find the right pages, it can bring you so much traffic to your website. And you can also build out data for your Facebook ads as well. And starting this way is great to learn Shopify and great to learn how to drive traffic to a store too, because if you've never run Facebook ads before, it can definitely be a steep learning curve. Like, Facebook ads are not easy. Once you figure out the whole process, how you kind of build out a funnel and how you kind of drive traffic from random sources, random interests and things like that on Facebook, or relevant interests on Facebook, and then you bring them into your funnel, and then how you retarget based on conversion events and things like that. You don't have to worry about that now, but before you even get into all that, influencer marketing can be really, really great at just getting sales ASAP, so you can build out your Facebook pixel, and then you can also retarget them with Facebook ads like that. And so with influencer marketing, you can only do influencer marketing at the beginning, and then once you're making profit with your Shopify store, then you can take that money and then reinvest into the big guns, which is Facebook ads, which you'll eventually have to learn anyway, because that's, if you want to scale a store to 6 figures, you need to do Facebook ads. Absolutely, like without a doubt, you need to learn Facebook ads. But with the help of this video and with the help of my videos, trust me, it's no problem. You'll figure out Facebook ads, and I'll show you exactly the strategies that you need to do to hit 6 figures and 7 figures a year on Shopify. So now the pros and cons of the low budget influencer marketing strategy is that let's just talk about some of the pros. You can start with a very low budget, $50 to $100 or up to $250 per IG influencer post, and you can start doing Shopify right away without having to learn any Facebook ads. And you can also use the data for your Facebook ads later, so you can create lookalike campaigns and retargeting campaigns. And so I talk about that in my Facebook ad videos on my YouTube channel, which you can watch later after this video. Make sure you stay to the end of this one, because I'm getting into the strategies here. And now some of the cons with influencer marketing, I haven't covered them, but influencer marketing, it's getting more and more competitive, and it's incredibly inconsistent, because even if you do get a page, like a profitable page, and you do get a profitable post up there, you pay an influencer about $50 to $100, and then you make back $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 from that post. Well, it's a one-time thing, and it's only as scalable as if you make a deal where you'll have revolving posts with the influencer. They're going to keep posting your products, and they're going to do that a couple times a week, every week. Well, then that's like the maximum ceiling. That's the maximum scaling potential that you have with influencer marketing. And so, just to start, it's great, but it's not nearly as scalable as Facebook ads. So that's something that you're gonna have to learn anyway. And another con is you can either make a lot of money or you can make absolutely zero. And it just depends on the page, depends on the influencer, depends on how relevant their audience is, how engaged their audience is. You need to make sure that if an influencer has like 200,000 followers or 50,000 followers or 100,000 followers, or the page has that many followers, look at their likes and click on the likes and check to see, the accounts. Click on the people that are liking the posts and check to see if they're like, accounts that are like that have like 50 followers and are following 3,000 people and they're all from third world countries. Well, they might be buying fake likes and fake engagement, right? Because nowadays you can fake engagement as well. So that's just something to watch out for. But there you go. That's everything you need to know about low budget influencer marketing. Now, for a low budget Facebook ad strategy, this is something that hasn't been talked about yet, but I figured out the best low budget Facebook ad strategy. We're going to be targeting interest based, and we're going to be targeting $3, $5, and $10 ad set interest. And so I found that if you test different ad set levels, even like $20 for an interest, or $30 for an interest, or $25, then like an ad that's at a $3 budget can perform a lot better than an ad at a $10 budget. And that's just because of the way that the bidding system works on Facebook. Different bids go on, like the amount of people that are bidding for a $5 budget on that interest, let's say, is a lot more than the amount of people that are bidding on a $3 budget for that interest, which means that the $3 is going to be more profitable than the $5. So I know it's confusing, but it's just the Facebook ads. It's how it works. It's the bidding system, and it's based on the amount of people that bid for that specific interest, for that specific budget, and for those specific demographics that you're targeting. So it's like an auction system, just like any other auction. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to find interest to target using audience insights, and you're going to think of your ideal customer, which in marketing terms we call it a customer avatar. And you don't have to call it a customer avatar, but that's just how it's been called traditionally through internet marketing. And what you're doing by finding your ideal customer is that you're trying to get into the shoes of your customer, and you're trying to like imagine that you are the ideal customer that's going to buy your product. And who are you? Like, what are you interested in? How old are you? Which gender are you? Where do you live? And so audience insights can really help with that. And I've shown that in many other videos of mine on my YouTube channel. I'm going to quickly show it right now. So this is what audience insights looks like on Facebook. And so if we just go in here, you can put in your country that you're targeting. So let's say United States, Australia. We're going to do the big four here. This is where most of your Shopify purchases are going to come from. Or you can even do ePacket countries. You can find a list on Google, ePacket countries. And so these are all the countries that have ePacket shipping, which is a faster form of shipping from China. So you can just go and kind of copy paste them into here. Or I would just recommend doing like Australia, United Kingdom, United States, and Canada. And so right here, it's showing us that we have 300 million people in all of these countries active on Facebook every single month. And so if we go to interests, we can type in like coffee. And let's say we're selling a coffee-based product. We automatically know that, okay, more women than men are interested in coffee. If we go to page likes, we can see that, we can target IKEA, we can target Groupon, we can target all of these page likes. Betty Crocker, Pillsbury, Paula Deen, I don't know what that is, Slow Cooker Kitchen. Down here, you can see that, okay, so like all these coffee drinkers are 18 times more likely to be interested in the Mint Julep Boutique or Fabletics or IKEA or Groupon if they're also interested in coffee. So that's just like if you want to get ideas for which interests to target. Nordstrom, Old Navy, American Eagle. So it's saying that coffee drinkers are also interested in clothing, in these specific clothing brands. So audience insights is amazing if you can't really think of your ideal customer, and if you're having trouble thinking of the interest that you should target at the $3, $5, and $10 budget level. And so what you're going to do after you have your list, you've made your list of the interests that you're going to target at the $3, $5, and $10 level. By the way, you don't have to do it all at the same time. Like you don't have to do $3, $5, and $10 for the same interest. You can just start with like 3 or 5 or 10, depending on how much money you want to spend at the beginning. And you're going to be testing for conversions and engagement campaign objective. So these are the two campaign objectives that you're going to test for. Engagement is basically post engagements. So Facebook is going to optimize your ad to get engagements, which means video views, video likes, shares if it's a video, or just likes on the post and shares on the post and things like that. Conversions, it's typically a lot more expensive than engagement, but you really should test both because for different products, it's going to be different, right? I can't tell you which one is going to be better for yours, but conversions, that's telling Facebook, hey, optimize my ad for purchase conversions. You can even do for add to cart conversions or initiate checkout conversions, but that's for different purposes. You don't have to worry about that. But if you do a conversion campaign objective, then you're telling Facebook, hey, I want to get as many purchases as possible on these interests. And so Facebook is not going to care about getting people to like your post. It's going to care more about getting purchases. Now for this low budget strategy, remember guys, I said this is for the low budget strategy. This is something that you can do only with $200, $300 if you want to start learning Facebook ads and you want to start getting sales. After you have 50 purchases or 100 actions in a country, you can then create lookalikes, which is where the real money is at. And that's how you quickly get to 7 figures a year on Shopify. And then you can also do massive amounts of retargeting. And so I'm not going to cover that in this video because that's way more advanced. I covered that in some of my Facebook videos for Shopify on my channel. So now how it's going to look is we're going to have 3 campaigns with 3 interests running each. You can have 3 to 5 interests in a campaign, but not more than 5, because if you have like 10 or 15, what's going to happen is you're going to have like 5 interests that are just spending a lot of money, and then you're going to have the rest of them that are making you, that they're actually getting purchases and results, but it's really going to skew and screw up the return on ad spend for the campaign. So that's why I recommend having no more than 3 to 5 interests in a campaign. But again, that's just the rule of thumb. You don't have to follow it. But how it's going to look for the low budget Facebook ad strategy that I'm talking about here, 3 campaigns times 3 interests each, which is going to look like it's going to be $27 a day of total ad spend. You're going to be spending $27 a day if you're having all these interests at a $3 budget. If you're having all these interests at a $5 budget, then it's going to be $45 a day. And if you're having all these interests at a $10 budget, so $10 for each interest, so $10 we're spending for coffee, $10 for Betty Crocker, $10 for American Eagle, or whatever interest we chose, well then that's $90 a day. And so don't be afraid of spending, a little bit more, because you're actually purchasing data. So even if you're losing money the first couple days or your first week, what you're doing is you're buying data from Facebook, and you can then, the more data you have, the more your Facebook pixel is built up, which you can then create lookalike audiences where Facebook will go and they'll pretty much start targeting people that look exactly like your purchasers, or look exactly like the people that initiated checkout on your website. So insanely powerful stuff. But that's the basic low budget Facebook ad strategy that I would do and that I did when I only had about $200, $300 to start. Okay, now let's talk about the high budget starting method. Now this is if you have a minimum amount of $1,000, and it's obviously better to start with 2,000 or even 3 or 4 or 5. The more you have, the better. But 1,000 works. Like if you want to build a 6-figure, $100,000 a year profit Shopify store, then $1,000 to start is more than enough. And that's more than enough to start Facebook ads as well. And so now we're really entering the big leagues here. This is where it's at. Facebook ads is what you must learn in order to master Shopify dropshipping and e-commerce in general. And Facebook ads and paid traffic is the absolute best skill you can learn for your future success in the 21st century, period, and your bank account. You're basically teaching yourself how to print money. And I'm not over-exaggerating here. I know you're probably saying like, Dan, what do you mean printing money? Isn't that illegal? If you learn Facebook ads, imagine this, right? You're learning a skill where, okay, you can say, okay, today I'm going to put $1 into this money machine, and I'm going to take out 5. Or I'm going to put $1 in and take out 4 or 3 or 2. But anything more than 1, why would you not put that $1 in? Because you're basically generating yourself, you're printing yourself money. And that's what paid traffic is. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but Facebook ads, trust me, that's how it is. That's how internet marketing is. Paid traffic is like literally the holy grail of internet marketing and online business. And so it's a skill that's applicable not only to Shopify, but even to Amazon and to any other business that you want to start, personal branding, literally everything, digital products, funnels. So something like incredibly useful to learn, even if you don't pursue Shopify later, let's just say. I don't know why you wouldn't, but with these videos, you're sure to succeed. But you must be willing to lose some of that starting money on testing, gathering data, and finding good interests that work to scale up. So that's just something that you have to accept, and you have to accept the fact that, hey, if I'm not making money in my first week, well then in my 3rd or 4th week or in my 2nd month, I'm going to be making money because I'm going to have a built-up Facebook pixel. My ads are going to be optimized because I'm going to be running only ads that are targeted towards the good interest. They're going to be scaled up. It's not going to be a $3 or $5 budget anymore. It's going to be a $20 or $30 or $100 budget per profitable ad set. So, once you have a profitable interest, you just want to scale that thing up because that's how you make the real money. Now, if we talk about some of the pros and cons of the high budget Facebook ad strategy, let's talk about some of the pros. So the most scalable way to grow a Shopify store or brand to 6 or 7 figures a year is Facebook ads, period. And like I said, you're learning the most valuable skill for Shopify and online business you could possibly learn with Facebook ads. So don't be afraid. It's much more scalable and much more consistent than influencers, because once you have like a lot of data, once you have winning ad sets, you've got winning campaigns, winning interests, well then you can just keep running them every day and you're making yourself money every day and it's stable. Then you can truly live the freedom lifestyle. You have a built-up Shopify store, built-up Shopify brand. You're getting customers every day because you have these ads running every day. You've found the profitable ad sets, and you can then fly to Fiji. You can then fly to the Caribbean. You can chill on the beach, work on your online business, optimize your ads a little bit every day. And so obviously it's much more scalable and consistent. And of course, it's a lot better for long-term growth as well because the skill applies to every single other online business. And also, just with Facebook ads, you can get a Shopify store to 10 million a year, no problem. Like, that's a fact. And now, if we talk about some of the cons here, it can be expensive and it's got a relatively steep learning curve, as Facebook ads specifically, and you must watch your budget carefully and check every single day. If you don't check every single day, then you run the risk of running ad sets that, you spend $100 on an ad set and it's not profitable and you kind of forgot about it. And trust me, I've done that many times. And so you just have to watch your budget carefully every day. And as long as you're doing that and you're following the whole formula that I teach in my videos here, then you'll be good. You'll be golden. You've got nothing to worry about. And also, it does require expert Facebook ads knowledge that only someone who has done Shopify successfully before has. Like, with Facebook ads, if you were to just go and try to find resources on Google, if you weren't watching my videos, then, they haven't done Shopify before. And even then, it's probably like irrelevant information. It has nothing to do with add to carts, conversion events, retargeting lookalikes, things like that, things that are working with Facebook ads in 2019. So that's why I'm super happy you guys are here with me and you're learning this stuff from me. All right, guys, so now we're on my Facebook feed. And the reason I'm showing you guys this is because I just want to show you some Shopify stores and the potential, like the insane potential. And I'm going to show you all of these stores, exactly what they're doing, the ads that they're running, and how they're sourcing their products, just to break down the process for you, to show you that this is something that you can start with a low budget or a high budget. It doesn't matter. So, of course, we have Ty Lopez, a Ty Lopez ad right here. You can't go a day without him. So we have an extension here. It's called Turbo Ad Finder. So you just turn it on. And then if you go on Google, you can just download it. It's completely free. So this is Turbo Ad Finder. This is the extension that I was showing guys up here. And so if we go back, what this extension will do, it's only going to show us the ads on our newsfeed. And so this is an amazing way to find a Shopify product. Right here, we can see that the first thing we see is an ad targeting us for some vacuum, for some I don't know what this is, to be honest with you. But if we go here, we can see that it's a Shopify product. And clearly it's a Shopify store, because they've got collections, it's got the typical Shopify layout. And if we go down here, it's definitely Shopify. And so, what's funny about this product? I've been selling on Amazon for many years now, and that was my first successful online business. And this is a product that is like, it does ridiculous numbers on Amazon. But the thing with this product is that it actually has restrictions, so you can't really sell it on Amazon. So that is an amazing product idea within itself. Products that are restricted on Amazon, you can actually sell them on your own Shopify store because you own your website. Nobody can tell you, hey, you can't sell this. So it's just funny when I saw this because I know what this is. It's a blackhead remover, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a blackhead remover. And this is a really, really popular product on Amazon, incredibly competitive on Amazon. So with Shopify, if you're building your own e-commerce brand in 2019, it's an amazing way to really block out all the rest of the competition, because then you can focus on creating killer ads, amazing ads. You can create a beautiful website, and you can just follow the whole formula, the Facebook ads formula, everything I'm talking about here and that I just talked about in this video, and you can really succeed, and you don't have to worry about any competition. And then you can later go down the road of trademarking, and then you can really create a moat around your business. That way nobody can really come and interfere, and you'll be able to live the freedom lifestyle. You have a stable source of income, and so that's the best part about it. If I'm going to show you guys this product, we can go on AliExpress.com. But another little known trick is you can actually go on Alibaba.com, and you can also find suppliers that are willing to dropship for you as well with better prices than on AliExpress, because not many suppliers on Alibaba are dropshipping. They're used to ordering, they're used to having people order in bulk. So if we go and type in blackhead remover, vacuum, that's what it is. We can also find it on AliExpress here, blackhead remover, vacuum. And so with AliExpress, these suppliers are all drop shipping using ePacket. So right here, they're sourcing for $13.31, about $13, and they're selling it for $70 Canadian. So if we switch this to US, it's probably about $49.99 US. So as you can see, they're sourcing it right here for $13 and selling it for $49.99. And right here, you've got the exact ad that they're running. They just got some women who are like actually using it, and they just made this little ad here in a popular video editing program called Promo. So there you go. And if we go and check their site rank here on Alexa, it's actually pretty scary probably how much money they're making. So if we go and type in their website, here, this is an awesome tool. It shows us a bunch of useful metrics to figure out where they're getting their traffic from and everything like that. And also, it gives us the ranking of their site in the United States or in a particular country, so we can kind of estimate how much money they're making and how successful they are based off of that. Collect21.com, I think, is their store name. So if we go right here, okay, so their rank in the US is 64,000. Like, that is insane. That's really, really good. And you know, that's insane. If we go and type in Ninja Store, you know, you guys all know the Fortnite Ninja, like the Twitch streamer, right? He has like 22 million subscribers on YouTube. I think his website is right here, teamninja.com. Go and type in Team Ninja, right? Just to compare, 64,000 in the US for this one, 83,000 for Team Ninja. So that website is actually getting more traffic than teamninja.com. That's insane. So clearly, you know, they're doing things really well, and they don't have that many, you know, likes or anything like that. So this is something that you can just go and you can totally emulate, and you can also obviously improve the product. You can improve the branding, and you know, to be honest, it kind of looks cheap on like how they did it. But yeah, guys, there you go. That is exactly how much money you need in order to become profitable on Shopify, in order to start Shopify dropshipping and start your own profitable e-commerce brand and later grow to 6 and 7 figures a year. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys want to learn the exact best way for $5 ad sets that I figured out, which you can start with Facebook ads today and start making sales today, then go ahead and click on the like above right here. There's going to be a video, and that is probably the best Facebook ads video for Shopify on YouTube, one of my best videos on my channel that I made. So you guys can go check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and also subscribe to the channel. Join the best and most motivated Shopify Facebook group on the internet. I'm there. I try to be there every single day, and I try to answer everybody's questions every single day, but I am very busy. I've got many online businesses and a lot of students in my courses, so that's why sometimes it's a little more difficult. But if you do join it, it's totally free. Why not? You can ask your question there, and it's also the most motivated Shopify Facebook group on the internet. So the link is down below to join the Shopify Freedom Entrepreneurs Facebook group, and you can get mentoring directly from me. Subscribe, like the video if you liked it, follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys soon.